Good morning, guys. We're here at Canine Care Consultants, and we're coming out to an evaluation with Mr. Wilson and Trae. He's a 9-month-old Cane Corso, and we're going to see how this goes today, you guys. We're actually really excited to meet this guy. He's 9 months old and quite a big dog. This is Trae. He's a 9-month-old Cane Corso. He's been showing some aggression, and we're going to do a brief interview with Mr. Wilson and find out what all he's getting out of Trae that brought him to Canine Care Consultants. All right, you guys, here goes. You can go ahead and get him out on the leash.
Yeah.
Make sure he's on the leash. All right. All right. All right. That's a big boy, man.
Man, appreciate it.
He's a big boy. You say he's 9 months old?
He's 9 months as of the 19th.
Got you. Well, what we typically do is we do a brief before video. Speak loudly for me and, just tell us about Trae. Tell us what all you've been experiencing and what brought you here to us.
Certainly. Trae is 9 months old.
Okay.
I got him out of California. He's been to the AKC Star Puppy class. He's been through that. Still having some issues as far as wanting to jump and play. And he shows a little aggression, but not too much.
Okay.
Looking forward to entering him into some dog shows and things like that. So I definitely want to get some training on his behavior and go through the process of working with him so I can have a great dog in the future.
Sure. He's definitely a quality specimen, man. He's got great structure and, a really nice, typey kind of Corso. Have you seen any dog aggression or just people aggression?
Dog aggression, not too much. People aggression it just depends on the person. Hey, sit. Thank you. People aggression is a little bit. It just depends on how he feels about the person. But not aggressive dog. I mean, I socialize him. I take him into like Home Depot and things like that.
So he gets to meet people and stuff?
Right.
Okay. So what aggression have you experienced, with people? What kind of circumstance and situation was it?
He really didn't. That's it. He'll jump, and some people take that as that he's trying to attack him, especially if he's barking because he is a big dog. But my thing is I take it as he's wanting to play.
Okay.
Because he is a puppy, so he just wants to play.
Okay. Got you. Well, I mean, from what I'm seeing right now so far, he is quite the dominant dog. Would you think that he sees you as alpha?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Does he jump up on you?
Yes.
Does he lick you?
Yes.
All right. Not good signs for seeing you as alpha.
Okay.
A lot of people, there's a misconception that, the jumping up and that type of thing is, that's how dogs greet people, or they hugging you and that kind of thing. That's absolutely not what it means to that dog. When that dog puts his feet on you, it's a statement of dominance. You got me? It means the same thing as if I put my foot on you. It'll be totally disrespectful and unacceptable. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And see, right now, he's showing a lot of resistance to the bit of authority that you do have. And what I've seen you do as a result is pet him. You see what I'm saying? So you're giving a mixed signal. On one hand, you may be saying, submit to me, I'm alpha. But on the other hand, you're saying, good job for dominating me.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Following.
Yeah, so we have to be mindful of what we're petting because like I tell people, people think that when they're petting their dog, they're showing them affection. When the truth of the matter is, anytime you touch that dog in any way of petting or any way, they receive that as praise. So when you do that, you're praising not only a behavior, but even a thought of a behavior. So right now, if he's thinking about biting me or going to attack my Doberman over there laying down, then you're saying, good boy. You see what I'm saying? So we definitely have to be mindful of that. And that's what we do here at Canine Care Consultants. We try to bridge the gap between the human and the canine so that you understand him and he understands you. And a lot of times we just go on, what we thought growing up, to be true. And that's how a lot of times people end up in compromising situations with their dog that they didn't know would happen, because they've been communicating the wrong thing. You got me? So there's no way that I'd be petting him right now. Unless he's giving you what you desire for him to give you, that's the only way he'd get praise out of me. You got me? So we're going to move forward in the evaluation, like I said, and we're going to evaluate him, do a mental analysis on him, and find out where he is. See, even to that right there, you see him biting that. Do you think he'll bite you?
No.
All right. I beg to differ. Let me tell you why. If he'll bite that leash, he'll bite you. That's an extension of you. See, he don't know where that leash ends and you begin.
Right.
So guess what? If your hand was on his collar and that leash wasn't there, guess what would have been getting bit?
My hand.
That's right. That's right. A lot of times we haven't gotten bitten by our dogs because we haven't put them in a position to bite you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So if you put him in a pressuring situation where he wants what he wants more than he wants to listen to you, then guess what? You're an open target. You know, because right now all he's thinking about is getting away from you.
Right.
He's not concerned with submitting to no authority of yours. He's not concerned with doing anything you want him to do. All he's concerned with is me and my dog over there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that definitely doesn't communicate that you're alpha or that you're authority, but we're here to fix that. You know, we're here to teach you dog talk, teach you how to speak dog and understand what he's saying so that you can know how to properly respond to it. You got it. All right, so we're going to move forward with the evaluation, and guys, we're going to come back to you guys shortly and see where we can go with this dog. All right, so we're back here with Mr. Wilson. So, you know, tell me about Trae. Tell me, you know, from a puppy to now, what all you've experienced, you know, at what point you felt like you may need to get some training, that kind of thing.
When I first got him, from the kennel that I purchased him from, they did a little training with him.
Okay.
But as you can see, he is a big dog. Like you said, 9 months old, weighing at 100 pounds. He likes to play a lot. He likes to jump on you, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
You come in the house you get off from work, I have him locked in his crate. Of course, he goes outside, but when I follow him out after he used the bathroom, he comes over, he want to jump on you, he want to lick on you, he want to gnaw on your hand, and things like that. So that's some things that I definitely want to get under control at an early age.
Sure.
So when we go into the future or we go into the ring, you know, we're not having problems with the judges and things like that.
That's right. That's right. Gotcha. You know, and that can be annoying. You know, although we love our dogs, you know, like I said, if you've been at work and you tired, you know, you want a dog that's going to hang out and chill and be stable, you know, and you can pet him and love on him. And, you know, if you did decide you want to rough house and play around and all that good stuff, then, you know, we could do that. But it needs to be on your watch and not on his, you know, because he's too big of a dog for anything to be on his watch.
He is.
You know, and I tell people, look, he ain't getting no smaller and you ain't going to get no bigger.
Right.
You know, so you definitely want to get control over him. And one of the things that we teach that if the only control that you have is physical control, then you don't have any at all. Right. You know, because at some point you ain't gonna be able to physically control him.
That's true.
You know, he 9 months old and already at 100 pounds. You know, this struggle gonna get harder and harder and more uphill. You know, if not intervened properly, you know, timely and effectively. You know, this is the first time, you know, even in the few minutes that you've been out here that I've seen him be still. You know, the first statement that a dog can make to you that they're submitted. The first statement of submission is to be still. The second statement of submission is to sit. Third statement, down. Fourth statement, roll over on his side. That's total submission. You know, so the fact that you weren't even able to get him to be still is just a clear statement that he's not submitted. You know, if you're alpha and you ain't going nowhere, then it should be obvious to him that he ain't going nowhere. Sorry. Well, he hadn't got that message. You know what I mean? Right. You know, like Ludacris said, when I move, you move just like that. So if I'm not moving, then you should be being still. Right. Otherwise, you telling me that you driving and I'm riding. And that's not the proper way that the relationship should be between you and your animal. You see what I'm saying? You know, we definitely want to address some of these things. I do see some dominance issues. I do see that there needs to be a rearranging of the hierarchy. I do see where he's been put on some throne. I don't know who put him there. I don't know if you did or the breeder, but he needs to be dethroned, and we need to put you in your proper place on the throne. You know, you should be here, and he should be way down here. Now, some people see that illustration and they say, well, I don't want the relationship to look like that, you know what I mean? But what they fail to realize is that's not the relationship. That's the hierarchy. It needs to look like that. So you clearly know who you are, right? And he clearly knows who he is. You see how he biting on that leash? And I tell people constantly, if he will bite that leash that's attached to you, he will bite you. You see what I'm saying? There should be a respect and reverence for you. You know, he shouldn't even feel comfortable letting you see his teeth, let alone feel his teeth. And as you said before, you know, he licks, he nibbles on your hand. Well, what's the difference between nibbling and biting? See what I'm saying? Right. If he opens his mouth and any member of your body is inside his mouth when he closes it, he bit you. So what tells him or what communicates to him the difference between that and him biting you when he get ready to really bite you? Nothing. Him closing his mouth on any part of you should be off limits. Right. He should understand that. But a lot of times when we get puppies, you know, we let them lick and all that stuff. Oh, with their teeth, and he biting you. And you communicating to him way from a puppy that it's okay. So when you see what people got mauled by their dog, well, you introduce that to him. You never communicated to him that that's unacceptable because you thought it meant something different. You thought, well, oh, he's just playing. You see that? He's challenging you right now. He's not hugging you. He's not greeting you. He's challenging you. He's saying, I want to go. You don't want to let me. Let me challenge you to say, yes, I am going to go.
Right.
So that would have been corrected. See that?
Stop.
Now he humping on you.
Get down.
See what I'm saying? All that's dominance. And see, until a person understands how dogs communicate and understand dog talk, they don't really, you can't correct something you don't know is wrong. You got me?
Down.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna show you how to address that in just a moment. I'm gonna show you how to properly address that. Then and I'm gonna handle it, and I'm gonna show you how it should look when true authority is in operation. You got me? Because from the moment I grab that leash, I'm gonna start communicating to him that I'm authority. And when I say him, I ain't talking about Trae.
Right.
See, when I address a dog, I'm never addressing the dog per se. I'm addressing that dog's instincts. Yeah. So see, when I communicate to that dog's instincts that I'm alpha, then that changes the dynamic of everything. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times trainers communicate with the dog up top in Trae's head. Well, when you communicate with the dog up top, right, you giving them an option.
Right.
I'm gonna either do what you say do or not do what you say do. You got me? So when I communicate to his instincts that I'm alpha, that takes away that option. Because genetically he has an innate ability to submit to authority. But if you never present yourself as authority, then the ball's in his court now and forever hold your peace, you know, until he's an adult or until something bad happens.
Right.
So you have to quickly communicate to him that you are the authority. Now you see how he's acting considerably different with me?
Certainly.
Because I'm being somebody that he ain't never experienced. He's never experienced this level of authority. And it don't take me beating him or doing nothing. It's because of the authority I walk in. And a dog has a natural ability to recognize that. Just like they got natural ability to recognize when you ain't authority. And that's how they end up in the position and in the condition that they end up in. So just like alpha in the wild, when I get up and move, what they supposed to do?
They supposed to move.
When I stop, what they supposed to do?
Stop.
Just like the lions in the woods. You know, when that alpha in the wild, he get up and move, he don't have to say, come on guys. No, they just get up and move because he's driving and they ride. And that's what we communicating to him. So since I've been dealing with him in the last 5 or 6 minutes, right?
Right.
I've made a communication to him that I'm authority, that I'm alpha. So he automatically knows how to respond to that type of authority. You know, I'm not having to push him down off me. I'm not having to ask him to not jump up on me. I'm not asking him to, I don't have to ask him not to lick me.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's something that's already understood, right?
Right.
And what's already understood don't need to be explained.
That's it.
All right? Okay. Good boy. You got to pull out your checkbook to get him to sit down. And we talking about a 100-pound Cane Corso puppy that don't know me. You saw what he did before that leash got tight? He stopped. And I ain't have to tell him. And then he submitted. You got me? The first statement of submission is for him to be still. He made that statement. Second statement is to sit. He made that statement.
Right.
Okay. Now some may say, well, what did you just correct? Because I felt him on his leash. I shouldn't feel him on the leash. Whether it be because he's dragging out in front or dragging back behind, I shouldn't feel him. Now watch what's going to happen when I address him. Trae. Good boy. When the lieutenant, a sergeant, or whatever walk in the room, what the soldiers do?
They salute.
Aye, aye, sir.
Right.
And anytime they don't do that, guess what it's deemed as? Insubordination, right? Resistance to authority.
Right.
Right? All that. It's all that. And you say, well, all I did was didn't salute. It's that deep, though.
Right.
It's that deep. Okay. And you see how I'm walking him? You should be able to walk your dog just like this. You shouldn't have to be. No. And as you said before, you feel like he see you as alpha.
Right.
Do you see the difference?
Certainly. A lot.
And see, that's the magic in what I teach. That's why I don't call myself a dog trainer, because I'm very different from dog trainers. You see what I'm saying? God called me a canine care consultant. It's my job to consult with you to bridge the gap between you and your animal, so that you understand him and he understand you. That's what makes a relationship work.
Right.
You got me? Imagine you being with your wife or your girlfriend for 9 months, and you never knew what she was saying, and she never knew what you were saying. That means y'all just getting by. That means you presenting something to her that's helping her stay.
Right.
And she presenting something to you that's helping you stay.
Right.
But y'all never understood each other. That's what happens when you feed treats to a dog. Yeah, he'll jump through a hoop and do whatever he can to get that treat.
That's
Especially
it.
when the trainer told you to bring him hungry.
That's true.
Right.
That's
Right?
true.
But did you really make any progress in the dog's mind?
None.
No. He just fed his belly. So was he being loyal to you, or was he being loyal to his stomach?
Loyal to his stomach.
That's right. So have we gained any ground in a relationship?
None. Zero.
Oh, you just a chef and a chauffeur. Ain't no love there, ain't no companionship there, and there ain't really no real relationship. You got me?
Gotcha.
And see, you need this. I don't. I don't have to have that. You follow me?
Follow.
We use those for the safety of other folks. We got a crazy dog, right? So here at Canine Care Consultants, we use this for correction and direction.
Right.
We don't use it for restraint. Because if you got to have this to keep your dog with you, he don't want to be with you. So I know you don't think he see you as alpha, he don't even want to be with you.
Right.
And a lot of times people, all they get to see is their dog butt.
Walking away.
Because he trying to get away from you. He ain't trying to get away from me. And he don't even know me. And I ain't gave him nail treat and I ain't petted him.
Nope. Not once.
So what's in operation? Submission to authority, not likes and dislikes. And so whether people want to realize it or not, when you get a dog, that dog begins to work for you. That's what dogs do. Now, you don't want to see it that way. You might want to see him as your kid's sibling or whatever the case may be, but he's an employee.
Right.
Can we love on him? Yeah. Does that stop you from having a loving relationship?
No.
But submission first, because you're dealing with animals. And what I teach is that when dealing with an animal, somebody has to be alpha, whether you decide to be it or not. He understands in his mind that somebody got to be the leader. And if you miss every sign that you should be the leader, guess what he gonna do?
He gonna lead.
That's what he supposed to do. He doing what he supposed to do. Doing what come natural to him. All right? Okay. Good boy. Good boy. And we talking about 5 or 6 minutes worth of work. You got me? Good boy. So we're going to finish this evaluation and we're going to come back to you guys shortly. Hey, thank you for tuning in. He made this choice to lay down. That's a statement of submission, right?
Right.
So he made that decision on his own. We didn't ask him to do any, none of that. And what we're going to do is we're going to have you to approach him.
Okay.
Right? And I'll let you explain to the folks what he would have normally done.
Okay.
All right? You go ahead and approach him. Right there. Now, right now, prior to coming here, what would he be doing right now?
He would have jumped all over me at this point.
Been all over you.
Right.
All over you. Does it look like he even thinking about jumping on you?
Not at all.
See, that's the difference between when he under his own authority and under the authority of an alpha. You got me? And I ain't got to make him do it. I ain't got to ask him to do it. And you ain't gonna have to correct him, because he just ain't gonna do it. Why? Because there's certain things a dog just ain't gonna do to alpha or in alpha's presence. Okay? All right, get a little closer. Now, it would be virtually impossible at this point for him not jump on you, right?
Right.
All right? All right? And we didn't stage this.
We did
This
not.
live action.
Live.
All right? Now back away. Now you backing away would have been like a vacuum.
He would have come out. He would have
He
sucked
would have
out.
had to. He would have had to. See what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the difference. That's the difference. That's what we want in our dog. This is what we want in our dog. We don't want to have to wrap our wrists and struggle and fight with no dog. Hey, the dogs and the wolves and the lions don't do it, right?
Right.
Because they understood what God said when they said you have dominion. And even furthermore, God said we got dominion over all of them. So why are we struggling with our dogs?
Shouldn't
It
be.
wasn't destined to be that way.
Shouldn't be.
But it's a lot of things that society teach us that wasn't destined to be that way. You got me? Society's good boy. Society's opinion on marriage and everything else is perverted. It's twisted. See what I'm saying? This is the way it's supposed to look. And guess what? You may say, well, his butt itching. I don't care. There's a time for that. Right now we working. Scratch it later.
Right.
And did you see his response to my correction? Immediately. And I ain't need no treat or no clicker to do it. See what I'm saying? I see what we see in this dog. I see the direction we need to go in. And we can discuss this. We can discuss this. I think he's a beautiful puppy, and I think he can make you an amazing dog. But you got to approach it the right way. Submission to authority comes first. Any way around it is going to end in doom. You see what I'm saying?
Follow you.
The brief example that I usually give people is like this house right here, right? Can you build this house without that cinder block foundation?
You cannot.
Absolutely. Yeah. But guess what's going to happen the first time a wind blows?
It's gonna fall. It's gonna blow over.
Guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen when the storm comes? It's coming down.
Right.
And you're going to realize real quick you didn't ever really have that no way. So all of the people that you see, oh, he trained, oh, he trained, oh, he trained, then as soon as a butterfly fly by, all they go out the door. Because he didn't have no foundation. It wasn't built upon a rock. You see what I'm saying? It's got to be built upon a rock or it's destined to come down. You're just waiting on the perfect storm. And a lot of times when that perfect storm comes, somebody end up with a lawsuit or end up in the hospital. And you say, well, I don't know where that came from. It's like you don't know where that storm came from. But you best believe you knew it was coming.
Exactly.
Right? If your dog can't perform anywhere besides in a room, with a four-wall room with no distraction, no direction, no distance between you and him, then he really ain't performing. Anybody can do that. You the biggest stimulant we can have out here. He love you to death. Right?
Right.
But you're not affected by him when he's under submission. So whenever we under submission, for real, it don't matter what the enemy may bring to us to tempt us or whatever the case may be, right? Because you rooted and grounded in something way more solid than your own opinion. You see that?
Right.
Good boy. I ain't have to ask him to do that. When he realized Alpha ain't going nowhere, then get what he said? Well, I guess I ain't going nowhere. Right? But if he was under his own submission, that wouldn't have happened. He would have been constantly trying to go somewhere like he did when you had to.
Right.
You got me? All right. We're going to end on that note, man. We're going to go ahead and discuss, what direction we're going to go with this dog. But like I said, you got an amazing dog, an amazing specimen of the breed, and I think he can potentially be an awesome companion in everything you desire for him to be. But like I said, we got to approach it the right way. All right?
Perfect.
See you guys soon.